It's Tuesday's tip day, and I'm giving you a powerhouse technique to use in your watercolors today. What is it? It's glazing. Glazing is a technique where once you lay down a color and let it dry completely, you lay another color on top of it. And you can create so many interesting things using the glazing technique. And I'm going to show you 3 today. First, you can create really deep shadows or really nice shadows using the glazing technique. You can create textures such as fur on like dogs or cats or bees. And you can also use it to convey translucent effects like the sun shining through the leaf of or petal of a flower, or the translucence of water or glass. So let's get started and let me show you how to do it. First, I'm going to show you using this bee how you can build up textures with it. Now I've already have a really pale gray, and then I came back in with a black. It's not really black, it's blue and brown mixed, but we're going to call it black. And each one of these was glazed, and now I'm going to add another glaze to make the texture of the hairs on the bees. And all you do is you just lightly, you want to lightly, when you're adding a glaze or glazing, you lightly touch it. And that creates the look of fur or fuzzies on the bee. The next technique I'm going to show you is how to create a deeper shadow. Now this layer was already dry, it's completely dry, and that's what you want to start with. You don't want to put wet on top of wet, it doesn't work. And I'm going to come back in here and make a nice deep shadow by putting another layer or glazing another layer of the color over. You want to have a really light touch because you don't want to disturb that dry layer. And now you have a darker shadow. And the same happened here. I had a light background, and then I came back in with a darker green and made a shadow. So that's another use for glazing technique. Another thing that you can do with glazing is show translucence. This little bee's wing is see-through, and you can see that there's a petal behind his wing, and the color is showing through. It's not as bright, obviously, because you're looking through his wing. But to achieve that, what you would do is you would first do like light washes of the gray, let it dry completely, and then you'd come back with a really pale yellow wash over the gray wash. And that gives it a little bit of the idea of translucence. And that's how the whole bee is done, with just different glazes of the grays until it gets darker and darker for the shadows. So I hope this is a good little tip for you, and I hope you can learn how to do glazing, because it really is a powerhouse technique for watercolor. Now, thank you for listening. This is Tuesday's tip. It's a tip to help you either become a better artist, save money, or save time.